Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 drops just this week on Friday. So here's my ranking of all 7 Guardians, ranked from the least likely to most likely to die. Hi, my name is Nathan. I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share your ranking of all 7 Guardians from least to most likely to die over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out right now once this video is over, and click that like button. Be sure to subscribe. It really does help. With that said, let's just get started with the ranking. Easily in last place for me is Groot. So this is a full-on prediction here, but we've already seen Groot die 2 times before in the MCU. I don't understand why, for whatever reason, why James Gunn would decide to kill off Groot again, especially since he's still just sort of a teen morphing into an adult. And so, I don't know why you would kill him off again. So, pretty safe to say Groot's not gonna die here. Number 6, Gamora. This is the 2014 version of Gamora in Endgame, but just like Groot, we already saw Gamora die in the MCU. And so, I just see no reason why you would kill Gamora again. We haven't seen a lot of Gamora in the trailers. We don't know what sort of arc is going to be given for her when the movie does come out. And so, it's pretty sick to say she's not going to die either. The one thing that puts her higher than Groot is that Groot died 2 times and she only died 1 time. And so, that's the only reason. But really, I don't think Gamora is going to die in this movie. Number 5, Mantis. This is a character that she hasn't died in the MCU, but I do not see why you would kill off Mantis. We see her all throughout the trailers. She doesn't do a lot in the trailers, but we see her anyways. And I just don't know why you would kill off Mantis. Like, she hasn't really been given an arc outside of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The Guardians Holiday Special was her turn to be in the lead, and she was just this charming, fun little character. And so, for whatever reason, I just ask, why would you kill off Mantis? And so, I seriously also don't think Mantis is going to die. She's higher up on the list because she has not been killed off, much unlike Groot and Gamora, but I still don't think she's going to die. Number 4, StarLord, our leader of the Guardians, who, I don't know, to me, I would say he has definitely a higher chance of dying than the bottom 3 on this list, but I certainly don't know why you would kill off StarLord either. Now, certainly in Volume 3, you could give him an arc, this thing where he goes throughout this journey, especially since he is our leader of the Guardians. So, James Gunn could potentially do something in the final battle to kill off StarLord and have all the other Guardians mourn him or something. I think James Gunn could do something like that. But then again, Chris Pratt is just so charismatic in the lead as StarLord, and so I think he's gonna get a happy ending at the end. I think he'll have that wholesome happy ending. And so I don't think he's gonna die, but he does have a higher chance of dying than the bottom 3 on this list. Kicking off the top 3, Nebula, and these top 3 are characters that I do think have a good chance of dying in this film. So when it comes to Nebula, she's been given a story throughout, ever since the first Guardians, where all of her motivation, her anger, all the way ties back to her family and Gamora and Thanos. And it wasn't up until Endgame when she's given an actual story of her own and learns to care more about other people. And I think there's something with that arc that you could use to kill off Nebula in Volume 3. And so, she has a pretty good chance of dying to me, but who knows what will happen to Nebula. As for me, I've never personally cared for Nebula all that much, but I think something could fit in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, where they do kill off Nebula, close off her arc. I think they could do something like that in Volume 3. Our runner-up is Drax. This is the character that's most obviously probably going to die in this movie, but not as much as my number 1 on this list. And so, when it comes to Drax, Dave Bautista has said this is his final role as Drax because he wants to enter more serious acting. That's interesting to me. In the trailers, he says stuff like, I am honored to fight with my friends, that's interesting. He's seen in the final battle, he's seen waving to Mantis in the trailers with all this scuffle, this dust around him. I think stuff like that are very much clues that Drax will die in this movie. Also, if you keep Drax alive, I don't see what you would do with him after, as his entire role in these movies is, I want to kill Thanos, or I want to kill Ronan. Well, both of those people died, and so what would you do with Drax if you kept him alive anyway? And so I think Drax has a really, really good chance of dying, but I think my number one pick also has a really good chance of dying here. Coming in first place, Rocket. This is a character that he has the origin story in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They clearly are going to flesh out his origin story in Volume 3, and when he says stuff like,
Pete, I'm done running.
And then he loads a gun. When you see him saying stuff like,
We'll all fly away together. One last time.
that is really interesting to me. Add to that, the villain of this movie is the creator of Rocket. That's interesting. And then Adam Warlock himself is another villain, also created by Rocket accidentally in Volume 2. That's very interesting. And because this is the story they decided to go with, revolving around Rocket, have these specific lines of dialogue in the Volume 3 trailers, I think Rocket is definitely most likely to die in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There you have it. That's my ranking. Down below in the comment section, share your predictions. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Like and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I will see you in the next one.